Hello, welcome back to Yoga with Elizabeth. Let's talk a little bit about self-care and relaxation. Taking time out for this is something that we often tell our nearest and dearest to do, but we rarely do it for ourselves. If this sounds familiar, then I've made this video for you. Grab yourself a cushion, maybe a blanket, a nice warm jumper or cardigan, some snuggly socks, and get yourself settled. This is a yoga practice all about slowing down and relaxing. One more thing as well, a wall. We are going to use the wall at the end of the practice. So even if where you are right now doesn't have a handy wall, make sure that you can shift your mat a little bit closer towards the end of this practice today. So we're going to start seated. In fact, we are going to stay very low level for this entire practice. So any comfortable seated position, either sat cross-legged on your mat, you can sit on your cushion if you want to as well. And just begin by closing your eyes and drawing an awareness onto your breathing. And by that, I mean just trying to eliminate all other sounds that are maybe going on around you. And noticing the thoughts in your mind, but just seeing if you can let them drift past rather than hanging on to them and dwelling too much. If you're sat cross-legged and your hands are on your knees like me and you find yourself grabbing onto them, maybe take the hands into the lap. Let the fingers relax. If you are the sort of person that tends to wear their shoulders up around their ears, I have found that if you start by relaxing your hands and your fingers, that just leads that softness up the arms and into the shoulders. Whereas, try a little experiment now. If you clench your fingers, if you make a fist and you clench, obviously that begins to tighten the muscles in your forearms, up into your upper arms. Your shoulders begin to bunch as well, and we've got all this tension going on. But if we just relax the hands, then that softness, as I said, seems to travel up the arms. It's a lot harder to lift the shoulders to the ears to bring that tension in. So just staying here for a moment or two, just beginning to settle your thoughts. Relax into your space, wherever that may be for you. Giving yourself permission to look after you. Permission to just stop, focus on your breathing, and have a little stretch into the body as well. Okay, if your eyes are closed, open your eyes. If you're uncomfortable in whatever position you're in, shift your pose. If you're sat cross-legged, maybe even cross the other leg over in front of you. It's all about relaxing and making yourself feel good. So we don't want to put your body into a position that doesn't feel good. We're going to start off with some stretches through the neck. So as I just mentioned, tension. We tend to hold it in the shoulders, maybe around the jaw. Give your shoulders a little rock and roll, little shrug. And then we're going to take our left hand and just place it towards the opposite side of the head. So we're using the weight of the hand and the arm to gently draw your left ear down towards your left shoulder. It's a gentle, gentle neck stretch, not wrenching yourself over here. We can take the right hand out to the side if you want. This increases the stretch. But if that feels too tight down the right hand side of the neck, just return the hand to the knee. Maybe turn the palm face upwards so that you're less inclined to grip a hold of your leg. So stretching down the right hand side of the neck here. Feeling that breath traveling in through the nose, expanding through the belly on our inhale, and then returning the same way, exhaling the air out of the lungs. Let's bring that head back to center and just come on to the opposite side. So taking our right hand to the left side of the head and just drawing over towards the right hand side. If it does feel tight, don't come too far. In fact, if it feels really tight, just get rid of the hand altogether. Extending that left arm out as well if you want to increase the stretch, or bring it in. Okay, let's come back to center. We're going to dip chin to chest now. So stretching down through the back of the neck here. And once more, we can either just let the hands relax, or we can interlace our fingers and just rest the hands on the back of the head as we draw the elbows in, drawing that chin down to the chest, feeling that lovely stretch down the back of the neck. Long breath in, long breath out. And just staying there for as long as you want to, releasing your hands from your neck, roll those shoulders back and down a bit. Before we come on to our next move, I'm going to take my cardio off. I think I've made myself a little bit too snuggly, but I'll keep it to hand in case I want to put it on again later. So staying in our cross-legged position, or you can come into kneeling for this one if you want to. It's a variation of our cat-cow. But rather than coming onto all fours, we're just going to stay either cross-legged or kneeling. And we're going to give ourselves a hug. Oh, because who doesn't like a hug? So taking opposite hand to opposite shoulder, wrapping your arms around yourself as tight as you can. And at the same time, rounding through your spine and just curling forwards a little bit here. And then on your inhale, we're going to come all the way back up, opening out our arms, stretching them behind us, maybe even looking up towards the ceiling a little bit here. And then as we exhale, crossing the arms over, maybe crossing the opposite arm on top this time, as we fold in on ourselves. We inhale, we open out, we expand across the chest. Slow, steady movements. Let's just do one more on each side. Trying to remember to cross the opposite arm if you want to, but no worries if you don't. Inhale, moving with the breath. And exhale, last time, bringing yourself down, tucking yourself in. Inhale. And release out of this posture, coming back down once more into a cross-legged position. As again, we feel our sit bones underneath us, and we're going to reach our right arm up towards the ceiling. And as we exhale, gently stretching over towards that left-hand side, relaxing the left shoulder away from the ear, keeping both sit bones on the floor so you don't have to bend too far here. As the breath moves us, so we reach our left arm up to meet our right, and then just gently sway over to the opposite side. Being really aware of how your body feels, being aware of the sit bones on the earth, being aware of this bottom shoulder dropping away from the ears, being aware, hopefully, of the tension and tightness leaving the body. Reaching the arms up, drawing the hands down towards the heart as we take our right hand onto our left knee and our left hand comes to the side. And we feel all the muscles down the center of the body and around the spine, gently drawing us towards the left. Inhale. Up come the arms. Exhale, relaxing them down towards the opposite side. No matter how fast or slowly we move, we can be guided by our breath. We can let the breath lead this movement, making it almost like a moving meditation. Inhale, we come back up and we draw our hands down towards our heart. We are going to come over and lie on our backs now. Now, I'm actually going to use, I think, my blanket as a pillow under my head. So I'm going to get rid of that little cushion there. So bring yourself down onto your back. Now you can close your eyes if you want to. You can make yourself really comfortable. Or if you want, you can rest your head on a cushion and lay the blanket over you to keep yourself nice and warm. Keeping those knees bent, Take a moment, take a breath, feel the earth underneath you, feel the parts of your body that are connected to the floor. This is a form of mindfulness, just being very focused in the moment, noticing the sensations that arise and fall in the body, the thoughts that pass through the mind, just noticing all of these things without grabbing onto them and giving them huge amounts of attention. We're going to lift our right knee in towards us now, just hugging it in a little bit here. Nice little stretch through the front of the hip. Keeping the spine long, so we're not rolling up into a little bit of a backward roll here. That full points if you can manage to do that. Or indeed, if that is a comfortable, relaxing self-care position for you, then knock yourself out. Taking that right leg now and extending it towards the ceiling. Oh my goodness, hamstrings, hello. A little bit tight here. Moving any which way that feels good for you, just to bring some ease down towards the back of the leg. Think about the shoulders, softening them on the mat here. We're going to take that right foot back down towards the earth. Left knee, draw it in towards you. In towards the chest, maybe even around the side of the ribs a little bit, squeezing into the hip. And as you exhale, extending that leg up towards the ceiling. Nice stretch down the back of the hamstring. Circle the ankle, bend the knee, push the foot away. Feeling all the muscles of the body begin to relax. Hug that knee back in. Draw that right knee in as well to join it, and just rock your spine a little bit on the mat. You can make some circles. We can rock side to side. You can come forwards and backwards, whatever feels good to you. This next position we're going to do is called Happy Baby. So visualize in your mind's eye a gorgeous happy baby gurgling on his playmat, his or her playmat. For this one, we take our soles of our feet up towards the ceiling as though we are standing on the ceiling. It's almost like a squat pose, I suppose. If you were going to flip your body 180, you'd be in a wide-legged squat. Now, the knees come away from the hips. The ankles stay over the knees, and the knees are facing towards the floor. If you can hold on to your feet, this is where the happy baby comes in. If the feet are still a bit too far away for you, take your hands on the back of your thighs. You can move your feet around, give your ankles some rotation, or you can just use the weight of your hands on the back of your legs just to feel that lovely stretch into the hips here. We're trying to keep the rest of the body relaxed, soft, not bringing in any tension. It is quite an intense posture this, so even if you only stay here for a couple of breaths, that's great. If you can stay here for up to 5 to 10 breaths, it really does feel nice. Close your eyes if you want to. You don't have to remain still. You can move your body if you wish. If you want to come out of the pose, maybe cross your legs, hug your knees in, and then come back in. There is that option as well. Stay here for as long as feels good for you. And then we drop 1 foot, 2 feet back down to the floor, finding our neutral spine position once more. And we take our knees over towards the left-hand side, bringing our arms back into that goddess arm position. And then we bring the knees back to center and drop them towards the right. Little twist through the spine here and bring yourself back into center. Our last pose, this is where we use the wall. This is such a relaxing posture. Like a lot of poses, getting into these things sometimes takes a little bit of planning. This is called legs up the wall pose. Clues in the name. Take your bottom as close to the wall as you can. So we are side on to the wall. Okay, so from here, what we are going to do is spin ourselves all the way around, hugging the wall with our butt if we can, and we bring ourselves around. Do you know what? I need my cushion now. This is where the cushion comes in. I'm going to place that behind me as a nice little rest. All about making ourselves comfortable. So if your bottom has crept away from the wall, see if you can inch it forward, back towards the wall, as close as you can, as close as feels good. It does take a little bit of getting into this pose, but then when you are here, we have the floor supporting our back. We have the wall supporting our legs, so we can rest our feet on the wall, our legs are resting on the wall. You're getting a little bit of a stretch down the back of the hamstrings as well. If it feels intense, if the back of the legs do not feel comfortable, bring a bend into the knees. You're still supported by the wall, your feet are still resting on your wall, your back is flat to the floor, so you're supported here. It's all about finding a position where you feel supported. Then if you don't have to worry about keeping your body in a certain shape, you can bring more relaxation into your muscles. And when your body is relaxed, your mind can relax. When your mind is relaxed, your body can relax. You can take your blanket if you want to and rest it over yourself. You can stay here for, again, about 5 to 10 breaths or as long as you want to. If you would like to play around with your legs up the wall pose, you can take your legs a little bit wider. You're still supported and you're changing the area of stretching from the back of the thighs to the inside of the thighs. You can take a bend into the knees. You can come into that squat position, that happy baby position on the wall. Have a little play around with it. Find a position that feels comfortable and feels relaxing for you. Close your eyes. Draw that breath in through your nose. Maybe making a long sigh out through your mouth. Finding that stillness in your mind. That stillness in your body. Staying here for as long as you wish. When you want to come down from your wall, just roll yourself gently over to your side. Seamless. Bringing yourself back into a seated position. Or you can just stay with your legs up the wall if you want to. It's entirely up to you. And then just to finish this little relaxation class today, just draw your hands to your heart, pressing your right hand into your left into your right, dipping your chin towards your chest, relaxing your shoulders and giving yourself that bow of thanks for making yourself a priority and giving yourself this time to relax today. I hope to see you on the mat again very soon. And if you did enjoy this video, then please do give me a like, drop me a comment, or share it with someone that you think may find it useful. Thank you very much. Namaste.